everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Sharon Cullen Art. Today we're going to be working on 3 greeting cards. They're all very fast and simple. The first one is flowers and leaves, which you can see that I'm drawing here. They're just basic flowers. I'm just dotting in some of the center portion of the circle and putting the flowers in. And once I do that, then we'll go ahead and put some paint down. When we put the paint down, though, I don't want the paint to stay in the lines of the wash. I just kind of want it to be wherever it lands, so to speak. Now here you can just use whatever greens or yellows you have and throw some paint on there and just kind of let it mix together. I didn't even fill in the entire leaf, as you can see. I went over the lines, and that was on purpose. So just go ahead and put it on there and kind of keep it a little bit impressionistic or abstract even with the paint. It's not really abstract. You can see what the lines are, but you see how I'm just kind of putting it all over. Some places it's drier than others. I'm using some of my quinacridone rose and some Hansa yellow deep, I believe. These are all Daniel Smith colors, and that's it for the first card. The only thing is I need to sign it, but that is it. So now we will go ahead and move on to the second card. Now, if you're new to my channel, you see how I'm folding my cards. I start at the open end and I push with the bone folder and push it backwards so that I don't get uneven edges on my fold. It works out a lot easier that way. Then just go ahead and tape down your card on all 4 sides. That'll keep everything still. And this one, we're just going to do some leaves. We will be doing the one now on the upper left. I started this one by using the paint and the new brush that I had received from a viewer, and I decided to do that. But later I decide to go back in with my marker. So if you want to just use a marker for right now, you can go ahead and do that. And this is very simple and basic, just putting leaves all over the place. I'm drawing them in each plant one at a time. And I'm using a phthalo green here, starting out a little bit darker, then I just add water to the other area to give it a little bit of shading, changes in value. And use whatever brush is comfortable for you. I think I was using a size 4 or 6 sable brush for this myself, but you might want to use something different. Now on this one, I'm using, I believe, sap green to go in and make the plant, making the leaves a little longer, a little bit different than the previous plant. And you can overlap them if you want, and just do lighter washes and let the others show through. It looks really pretty. And I believe I was using either olive green or rich green gold or something like that, or maybe it was a little bit of my green gold. And I filled some of it in, and then I used the sap at the base. And then on the other ones, I did just sap green. So I kind of changed it up a little bit. Just do whatever you want. And then on the third plant, I changed the leaves again, and I'm overlapping it onto the other ones so that they will show through. Now here I started out with a little bit of ultramarine violet, and then I just put some sap green over it, and that was pretty much it. Mixed them together. Also remember, when you're laying down your watercolor, it is going to lighten when it dries, so don't be afraid to put some color down. And finally, I go in with the pen and go over all of the leaves. I just felt like it would show better if I did that, so I felt like doing it. And then after removing the tape, I decided to put some pen around the outside, just kind of some squiggly lines, just to dress it up a little bit. I will show you how we're going to finish that card a little bit later, but we're going to go ahead and start on the last card. I'm just taping down the edges, not really doing any heavy wet into wet color, so we don't need a lot of that. And this one is very similar to the last one, only I'm just putting the leaves up the one side so that I can write a sentiment in the center. I'm having trouble speaking today. Now on this card, as you see, I just went ahead in with the pen and skipped the paint altogether, which is fine. So I'm going to finish up the drawing here, and then we will go ahead and start with the paint. And now I'm going to start out with some green gold, I believe. You can use whatever colors you want, obviously. This is just what I'm using. I'm sure somebody's going to ask me. So I believe it was green gold. All of my colors are Daniel Smith. And then I think I'm going to go over it. Yeah, I can see the green gold now in the right bottom of the screen there. Then I'm going back in with some sap green on the inside of the leaf toward the base. I'm putting those in, and I'm even kind of mixing it together, it looks like. And then I go back in with some sap and let it kind of seep into the area. And that is all I'm doing. Very simple. And I'm adding in some sprinkles using the plastic brush side of my drafting eraser. Now here I'm using a calligraphy pen. I think this is made by Tombow, and I'm just writing thanks on the card, doing a little bit of lettering. At any time, you can slow this video down by going into your settings on the video itself and slowing down the speed. Now here I'm just grabbing a couple stamps that I'm going to stamp onto a piece of watercolor paper. I want to test them out first on the top. You'll see me do that just to make sure I have enough ink. Then I'll go ahead and do the final stamp. I'm just quickly drying the ink, and then I'm going to take a ruler so that I can get more of a deckled edge on the paper. And I decided to cover up the writing because when I tear it in that direction, then I end up with the deckled edge on the paper that I'm keeping. If I do it the other way, then the deckled edge is on the opposite side. So that's why I flipped it around. Now I'm just punching some holes into the little paper and putting some hemp rope around, stringing that through and tying it on. And then this card will be finished. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified of all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this. And in the meantime, remember, be courageous, paint with wild abandon, and most of all, be kind to each other. Take care, everybody. God bless. Have a great day.